This is discussion number 1 for chapter number 1, What is Economics? The title for this discussion are Basic Terms and Definitions for Economics. Please make sure you note this title in your notes. Welcome to Economics. First time you've had a class like this, there's a lot of vocabulary that we're going to need to establish before we move on so you know exactly what we're talking about. Of course, since you've never had economics, let's give a definition for economics. Economics is the study of how individual entities utilize limited resources to fulfill their unlimited wants. Okay, what does that mean? Well, you've got a certain amount of money in your pocket. You have to decide what you're going to spend it on. When you make those decisions of I am not going to spend money on this, but I will spend it on that, is a very basic idea of the study of economics. Now, when we talk about an economy, in a society, how do things get produced? Who produces them? Who gets them? What is produced? All of that is what is discussed in a national economy. Again, later chapters are going to have this in much greater detail, but again, we need to establish a vocabulary. What is productivity? The amount of things that are produced. And what is produced? Two extremely important terms in economics that you are going to hear repeatedly is the idea of goods and services. And when you read the notes, you're going to see a lot of G/S. That's just shorthand for goods and services. Now, goods are actual tangible things that you can touch that people buy. That's a good. Now, let's say that you hire someone to mow the lawn, or you hire someone to do your taxes. They're not actually producing anything per se, and they're doing their brain work or mowing the lawn. You don't want the leftover grass for anything, do you? That is considered a service, human effort done that is done for others for a fee. So goods and services are essentially anything that you can buy. That's actually a very important idea about buying something, but we're going to hit that in a later chapter. Another thing we need to discuss is what is truly a need. Now, many of you are going to go to your parents or already have gone to your parents and say, I need a cell phone. Economically, no. We won't tell them, but no, it is not a need. The most basic ideas or goods and services that you need for survival is a need. A rudimentary amount of food, shelter, clothing, those are needs. All right, and when we're talking clothes, we're not talking ultra expensive, high label stuff. We're talking about not walking around without any clothes on. When we're talking shelter, we're not necessarily talking about mansions or even the houses that you're living in, something to get you out of the elements. Beyond that, we have wants, goods and services people desire to have, right? And hopefully you actually desire to live, so needs are in a part of your wants. Another idea is insatiability. Now, you have grown up in an economic situation where you know you can't have everything that you want, or the fact that you could literally want everything. That's insatiability. But there is also scarcity. You can't have everything because nothing is inexhaustible, including time. And so because it is limited, either because of we don't have enough raw materials, there's not enough time, not enough money, not enough ability to produce something, this is what scarcity is. And the juxtaposition of insatiability and scarcity is what economics is all about. Now, when we're going to be getting into economics and the study of economics, we can kind of break it into two specific branches. We have microeconomics and we have macroeconomics. We're going to start in this course, other than one chapter, it's kind of out of place, in the idea of microeconomics. Individuals and the decisions they have to make and what they're going to buy, what they're going to use, what they're going to produce, and how they make those decisions. Now, when we say individuals, we also mean not just you as a singular person, but we can also be talking about a singular company. How does Cumberland Valley Christian School make a decision of what textbook to purchase, or what desk, or how are they going to air condition the room? All of those are individual decisions and therefore is a microeconomic study. Macroeconomics is the study of entire national economies and national concepts, uh, and how governments deal with the national economy. We'll be getting into that probably in the second half of the year. So, what do economists do? All right. Again, economy means all the activity in a nation that together affects production, distribution, and use of goods and services. Okay, can an economist truly know everything? Well, no, because it's impossible for anyone to know everything. And so what economists do is that they create a simplified picture using statistics and other criteria for them to have a better understanding of a specific problem within the economy. And this, when they create these, they're called economic models. They can put them in nice, pretty little tables, where like a little Excel spreadsheet, where they can collect the data. They can create charts or graphs which visually depict the information, and then from that they can kind of try to show by conjecture, hypothesis, and testing it out with other experiential information to say, if we do this, this will happen, or this is why we have this particular economic condition. So that's a lot of what economists do, is to diagnose what's going on in the economy, perhaps take a educated guess of what's going to happen in the future of the economy, and to explain what might be a possible solution and why it might work. This is the end of discussion 1 in chapter 1, What is Economics? Again, the title of this discussion are Basic Economic Terms.